Okay, so today we are gonna make and learn some JavaScript. So let's first create a project, and for this I'm using the code.org. I'll use the game lab. So first we have this normal function draw, and if we run it, nothing happens. See? So first, outside the function draw, we will create a variable for our JavaScript. So what's a variable? It's nothing but, as you know in maths, variable is something that holds value. In programming also, variable is same only, and for JavaScript we use this var function as the code for the variable. So we are gonna name it the variable as something like block. Here you can assign the name. Here is the variable. Now for creating the block, we need to really make the block, and for that in JavaScript we use a command called create sprite. First comes the x position, y position, then is the width and height as you see it here. Okay, so I will give it 200 because this main canvas is of 400 by 400, so in the center I use as 200 and 200. 200 width and height I will make it a uniform kind of a square, and remember to put a semicolon over here. So here is our main variable for this code, var variable block. Oh no, wait a minute. Okay, so now we have to create the sprite. There is no sprite over here. Why? Because we also need to display the sprite, and for that we use a function called draw sprites. This is the function. So let's put a background color to it. Simply write background, and here come the main brackets, and we can give it a color like say cyan or cyan. See this function executed the sprite. Sprite is nothing but the block over here and the background cyan over here. We can also give this block a color if we want. So taking here, there's a certain functions over here. So let me show you first. Okay, so telling you this var function is for creating a variable. This is for x-axis, the y-axis, this is the width, this is the height. This function is for creating a object, or simply called a sprite. Then this whole function and the main here, the closing bracket, is for drawing something, just because it's written function draw as we know it. This function over here, background cyan, is for setting a background to the main screen. And now finally, this one, the draw sprites function, is for displaying the sprites that we have created over here. Okay, so now we can move the sprite, but we need to put some certain functions to it. So we can give it functions like, for that we need if statements, like in this. Yeah, if it's a block kind of. If I put it in this, it has the if statement. There are certain more keywords in it, like key down. Key down means if you press a key, means like I press the upper arrow, it goes like this, that way. So key down is for that, so we can give the key down, and for that we use called the arrow which I pressed right now was the up arrow, so we can give it as up arrow, and here it is, the main function for up arrow. And now let's give it just some velocity or speed so it can move. So I can give it we have to not use the velocity directly. For this, like we discussed, there is some block thing. So here first we write block dot, then use the statement called velocity, because it is going up and there is y-axis over here, so we put y. And in coding that's different, up goes minus, down goes plus, so velocity y should be -4. You can put -3 or whatever you want. So if I press the upper arrow, it goes up. It will not stop because it has continuous velocity. So we will assign it some normal velocity first, maybe here. Block dot velocity y equals to 0. Block dot velocity x equals 0. So now it will go like that. So we will put in the draw function, go up. Now it will not go totally, it will stop at some movement, because we have some constant velocity here, and if we press the upper arrow, it will only move to a certain thing over here. Okay, so now let's create the other arrows as well. This is for the up arrow, and so this is for down arrow, right arrow, left arrow, up arrow, down arrow. So down should be like this, right should be y equals to no, instead x should be 4 because x has a positive on the right side, and here just change this. Now we can control the thing like this, and it can even go in directions like this. See, this will happen if you do it. Why didn't I put more velocities like here, block dot velocity x? Why not? Because if I had put the thing, the block could not go, the block couldn't go like this, neither this, nor this, neither this. Lol, what an English statement. So this is for a very cool gaming experience. If you want, you have to just put some single line comments. Now we will create edges, because if we go like this, it goes boom, it will not come, means come, but there are no boundaries. So for boundaries we use a function called edge sprites. For that we create edge sprites. This is the function, and normally we will assign block dot bounce off edges. Here bounce off means the block is getting bounced from the edges. The edge is over here. If you want, I can even certify this. Wait, I will do only. This function over here is to assign the variable some velocity so it can move in that particular velocity. I hope you understood. These are some if statements, if ones, and you can change them according to your order.